Hello students, let's start with the chapter gravitation. As we all know that all the planets revolve around the sun, and the planet on which we live, Earth, is also revolving around the sun. Similarly, the moon is revolving around the earth. And third observation, if we drop an object from a height, then it will fall towards the earth, right? And if we project a ball in vertically upward direction, then after reaching a certain height it will fall towards the earth. Is it no? So in all these cases there is a change in speed, or change in direction at every point, and the change in speed or direction takes place with the application of some kind of force, right? So naturally there must be some force acting on these objects, but the question is which force. So this Sir Isaac Newton proved on the basis of his study that same force is responsible for all these given example, and this force is nothing but gravitational force. So in this chapter we shall learn about the gravitational force and the universal law of gravitation. So Sir Isaac Newton, he was study at the Cambridge University, and during the break one day he was sitting under a tree, and an apple fell on his hand. You all know that now. So Newton keenly observed that the fall of the apple and start thinking about this cause. What is the cause of it? Why all the object fall towards the earth? So he also thought that if the apple is falling due to the attraction of earth, then earth should also attract the moon towards it. So he guessed the same type of force is responsible for the falling of apple and the revolving of moon around the earth. But there is a question which arises in his mind, that apple falls vertically, but moon continues to revolve around the earth and never falls down into the earth. So he recollect the concept of uniform circular motion, and he connect this with an analogy that if this person having a stone tied with a string start revolving in a circular path, then this stone continue its motion until this is tied with the hand of this person. So this stone is revolving in a circular path. If it is released, then it will go tangentially in this direction. If it is released at this, then it will go like this. So this center is the place which provide the necessary force to this stone so that it can continue its motion. So this force, which is a center seeking force, that force is called centripetal force, which is also called a center seeking force, which is responsible for the circular motion of the object. So in the same manner, the motion of moon around the earth is due to this centripetal force, and the centripetal force is provided by the force of attraction of the earth, which is also called this gravitational force of earth. And this apple or any object fall towards the earth, this is also due to the gravitational force of earth. And any objects having some mass, they have a force in between them, and that force is called gravitational force. So this all the objects in the universe attract each other with the force of attraction, with the force of attraction, and that is called gravitational force. So this force is acting between any two objects in the universe, whether the object is a celestial means the object in outer space like stars, satellites etc., or terrestrial means the object on land. So any object, whether it is small or large, there is always an attractive force in nature. This is called gravitational force, and Newton gave a law for gravitational force between the two objects, and that is called universal law of gravitation, universal law of gravitation. And this law states that according to this law, every object in the universe attract every other object with a force which is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. This is the statement of the law, distance between them. Suppose we have two objects, this first object and second object. Let the mass of first object is m1, this is m2, center of the object, and these objects are separated by distance r, and there is a force of attraction between them, that is a gravitational force. And according to this law, this force is directly depend upon the product of their masses. This is equation number 1, and this force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. If we combine these two equations, combine 1 and 2, then we get F is directly proportional to m1 into m2 upon r square. By removing proportionality, we put a constant g, where g is constant of proportionality, and this is also called universal gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant, and its value is constant because it is a universal constant means its value remains same all over, whether it is space or earth or moon or satellite, anything, the value of g always remains constant. And how we can define this universal gravitational constant? If we put the masses 1, or the object having unit mass, or the distance between them is unit distance 1 meter, then F is equals to g into 1 into 1 upon 1 square. So this F is equals to g. So the value of gravitational constant g is numerically equals to gravitational force between two objects if each of unit mass separated by unit distance. Clear? And we can also calculate the SI unit of this gravitational constant, and we know the formula, gravitational force F is equals to g m1 m2 upon r square. Separate g from here, F r here, r square, and m1 into m2 in denominator. So the unit for SI unit for force is Newton, and distance meter square, mass is kilogram square. So the SI unit of g is Newton meter square per kg square. And the numerical value of g is, this is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. This is the accepted value of g, and it is same everywhere. It was first determined by Henry Cavendish. So next is importance of universal gravitational law. This force is responsible for the motion of planets around the sun. Our earth revolve around the sun due to this force, and due to which the season formation of seasons and the formation of day and night takes place. The motion of moon around the earth, the force that this force bind us with the earth. Due to this gravitational force we all are binding with the earth, and this force is responsible for holding the atmosphere around the earth. The sea tides, the water level, the up and down fall in water level, this is due to the gravitational force of moon and the sun. And this is also responsible for the falling of rain and snow on the earth. So this is the importance of this gravitational force.